Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be transforming one of my wigs. As I said in a previous video, there are so many techniques that I want to try, but I'm not able to do them on myself because they're too complicated, and I don't have a lot of friends to be able to do these techniques on, so I'm going to start trying them out on wigs. That way I can also walk through what I'm doing, show you, and explain the technique. So I have a wig that is from 2016. It's really old. It's seen better days. It's not the best. It's also not the worst, but it's not in the greatest of shape. A while ago, I dyed my hair half black, half rainbow, and I loved it so much. I change my mind way too often to put black into my hair. Wait for a future video because I'm going to be putting black in my hair. I changed my hair too much to have one whole thing black, so that's not going to work. But I loved the way that it looked, so I want to recreate that, but in a different way. I also loved the prismatic hair I did. Looking back at pictures, I really liked the way that it looked, and I wish I would have kept it for longer. It's just way too hard to do that technique on myself. So today we're going to be combining those two things. We're going to be doing half black, half prismatic rainbow. Here is a very old wig. This is from 2016. I got it on AliExpress. It's not the best quality, but it's also not the worst. And normally when I'm wearing wigs, I'm wearing a beanie or something to cover up the lace so I don't have to worry about gluing it down. So that's literally perfect for this wig. It's a lace front wig, so the front of it has lace around it, and then you can see there's wefts in the back. And when I turn the wig around, you can see the weft lines. This wig is not good for putting it on, gluing it down, and walking out the door because you're going to be able to see all these wefts. But for me, I like to wear a beanie on top of my wigs, so it's perfect for me and it's going to work really well. The front lace still looks good. It's just this back part where hair has fallen out and it's just gotten thinner over the past 4 years. It just doesn't look the best. But instead of throwing this wig away, I thought it would literally be perfect for what I want to do today. This side is already dyed half black, so we don't have to worry about doing that. We're just going to focus on doing this blonde side, prismatic rainbow. Oh, I'm so excited. I love just chilling and dyeing hair. It always makes me happy and lifts my spirit, and I just love listening to a podcast, listening to music, watching YouTube videos, and just dyeing hair. It's so therapeutic for me, and I'm really excited to have a wig that's the prismatic rainbow. I have several other wigs, but a lot of them are the jawbreaker technique or a different type of rainbow. I don't have anything that is prismatic. This did have a gray tinge to it, and I went ahead and did the baking soda method on this side just to strip out some of that gray so it would be more of a platinum white. It still has a little bit of a grayish blue undertone to it, but it's going to work perfectly fine for putting neon shades over the top. I did go ahead and mix up all the colors I'm going to be using today. I didn't use one specific brand. I literally just grabbed a whole bunch of different brands from behind me and just started mixing things that I don't use very often. I do have a lot of coupon codes with different companies, so I'll leave a link to all the hair dye companies and coupon codes that I have in the description down below in case you want to look at hair color or in case you need some hair color. I'll leave all the information in the description box down below. I just mixed up my standard neon shades that I prefer. Also, you guys gave me great advice on making my mannequin head stick to the stand. Mine was swiveling around, so it was really hard for me to dye hair. So I've been waiting to do this video because I wasn't sure what I was going to do or how I was going to fix the problem. So you guys gave me such great advice. I'm going to try that today, and hopefully the wig stand stays in place and doesn't move around. I also decided to give her a little bit of a makeover. So this is what she's looking like now. She got a little staining on her forehead, but that's okay. One brow is thick, one brow is thin. I struggled, but she's cute. She's cute. She's got her own pair of lashes on. Ooh, she's looking good. I wanted her to be cute while we were doing her hair, so got a little makeover, a little goth bee. You guys told me to wrap this in paper towel and then slide the wig head on, so we're gonna go ahead and try that. Someone also recommended tape, so if this doesn't work, I will try the tape method. I think this is what you guys meant. Not sure, so we're just gonna try this. All right, wig is secured down. Let's go ahead and start this process. So this part of the video will probably be a voiceover because, like I said, I love just like dyeing hair, listening to a podcast or watching YouTube videos. So I'll probably voice over a lot of the techniques or walk you through what I'm doing. So that way you guys can learn a little bit while we're dyeing this wig. I'm really excited. There's still so much like life and thickness left in this wig. So I think it's gonna turn out really pretty. And I love that I'm gonna have a half black, half rainbow wig to wear. Ooh, I'm so excited. This has been sitting in my closet for years untouched and I just haven't been wearing it. So now I'll get some wear out of it. Also, my hair is very cute today and I feel very pretty. That's all. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys some advice and tips. So if you want to do this at home or maybe you're just curious about the process, I can give you guys some advice. So first you want to choose what color you want to be around the hairline. I started with pink and then my next section is going to be purple. So if you wanted it to go in like the traditional rainbow pattern, you would still start with pink, but instead of applying orange underneath of that pink, you would apply purple underneath of that pink and then continue the rainbow pattern. So that way when you pull down your neck section, you would be starting with orange instead of starting with purple like I did. I had already thought this through and this is the way that I wanted to do it this time because I have attempted this one other time on myself and I messed up by putting orange behind the pink. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it like the traditional way so that way I don't mess anything up. So just keep in mind what colors and what order you want to be around the face. It's also really important to take small sections and you're going to want to over direct the sections forward. So as you can see, all the hair is laying in front of the face. I'm pulling every section directly forward. When you're doing this technique, it's like prismatic and the color can shift depending on how you style the hair or how you comb the hair. So in order to get that like prismatic technique, you need to over direct the hair. Which way you over direct it is up to you. I've just seen a lot of other artists over direct the hair in front of the face, so that's the way that I decided to do it. You could over direct the hair backwards or in a different way, but it just has to be over directed in some way, so that way when it falls down the way it naturally lays, you're going to get a little bit more of that prismatic effect. So on the first section that you pull down, I like to apply a foil there so that way you have something that the hair is laying on and it's not going to be messy, and that will work as your base for all the other sections that you're going to bring down. It just helps to keep things a little bit more organized and you're not going to get dye all over the person's face whose hair you're doing. So having foil definitely helps with organization. I used 2 different foils because the hair is a lot longer, so I had to do 2 different foils. The best way I can describe how you're going to be applying the color on the hair and in what order you're going to be applying the color is to stick with the rainbow pattern. So you're going to do the traditional like Roy G. Biv. In my case, I always replace pink with red because I think it fades out prettier and I like the way it looks better. But you're going to be applying the colors in rainbow order. And every section that you lay down on top of the new one, the colors need to match up. So as you see, I'm pulling down a new section and putting it on top of the old section. I kind of smush it into the old section and then I line up where the old color was on the previous section and apply the new color on top of the new section that lines up with where the previous color was. The only color that's going to change is what color you're applying at the root. So for instance, on that previous section, blue was at the root. So when I pull down the new section, I'm going to start with the next color. So in this case, I'm taking smaller sections. So I'm actually doing like 2 really small sections with blue at the root, and then I'm moving on to green. I took smaller sections around the front of the hairline because it is lace front wig there, so the hair is a little bit more dense. So I decided to take smaller sections, and I took 2 small sections instead of taking 1 larger section to make sure I was saturating really well. Towards the back of this wig, it gets a lot thinner, and that's where the wefting is. So I took my like 1/2 inch sections and I didn't split it into 2 sections because the hair is a lot thinner back there. So I didn't have to be as careful with smaller sections. I really like this color technique because it's very customizable. You can choose to do different colors, or you can mute out the colors a little bit more. Pastels also look beautiful with this color technique. If you like more of that holographic prismatic look, you can paint smaller sections so that way the colors are repeating themselves more times per section. If you like more of like the ombre style, you can take larger bands of color so that way the colors are repeating less times per strand. So it really depends on what you like. I have not had a lot of experience doing vivids on other people. As you guys know, I'm usually dyeing my own hair. So having the opportunity to practice and try out these techniques on wigs and mannequins is so exciting to me, and I'm really looking forward to trying out all the new techniques that I want to try and seeing how I do. Alright, I got done with the wig. It's taken me all day. I've been here for like 3 or 4 hours dyeing the wig. It's so hard to do this technique, but it always turns out so beautiful. So fingers crossed it turns out really well. Here is what we're working with. Kind of looks chaotic and insane, but I think it's gonna turn out really, really well. I love this technique. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna let this sit for around an hour, rinse it in cold water, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like tomorrow. Because this has taken me so long today, I'll return tomorrow and I'll put on the wig and show you how it looks. I'm back. It's the next day, and here is how the wig turned out. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, it's literally like exactly what I pictured in my mind, and it's so vibrant and neon and pigmented. Like the color saturation is so good, and it looks so nice like in contrast to the black side. Now the part right here, I do have a little bit of the rainbow side going over to the black side because if I put it over here it like wouldn't line up right. But I think when I wear this wig, I'm actually going to wear it with some of the rainbow side cascading over the black side, if that makes sense. I am so impressed with how well this turned out. It was a lot of work and effort, and it does make you very tired, but it's definitely worth it, and I'm so excited to have a wig that's half rainbow, half black. Normally I wear it with a beanie like this, so that way you can't tell it's a wig, you don't have to worry about gluing it down, or you don't have to worry about it like coming off or sliding or moving anywhere. The beanie kind of secures it to your head a little bit. So this is how I prefer to wear it, especially in the wintertime when it's cold out. It's nice to have like a hat on top of your wig. Not only am I adding a new rainbow wig to my collection, but I'm adding half black, half rainbow wig. So that's very exciting, and I will definitely be wearing this a lot in the future because I love the way it looks. I'm also going to be styling it different ways. I'm going to be curling it in the future when I wear it for YouTube videos. So if you're curious on what it looks like when it's curled, just like stay tuned for future videos because I'll definitely be wearing it curly. But I actually think for this kind of color pattern, it looks best straight because you can really see like the prismatic technique. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time, stay weird. Goodbye.